Hey fam, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Listen, I'm gonna keep it real short today, not gonna be a long one. Just wanna give you some action steps in reference to you making an effort, right? Because the data out there is staggering in reference to retirement, right? A lot of people, we have a retirement savings problem right now in America. We have a retirement savings problem right now in America, and I just simply think that it's a simple fix. What do I mean by that? It just simply involves you having some action step, maybe just two, right? The first one is do it now. Do it now. Instead of waiting for the perfect day, instead of waiting for things to be better, right? You want to do it now. The second step is evaluate what's coming in and what's going out, and then figuring out what you can truly do without. Because a lot of us, we don't have an income problem, we truly just have a spending problem. That's literally what this whole thing boils down to. Everybody in America can retire well based on their current lifestyle. So if you're living a 50 grand a year lifestyle right now, and this is what you're accustomed to, you can retire with that amount of money coming into you every single year until you pass away. If you're living a 100 grand a year lifestyle, and that's what you're accustomed to, then you gotta be able to save enough for that to come in for you every single year and retire off of that lifestyle. It's not rocket science. It just boils down to you taking action and you deciding on how bad you truly want this at the end of the day, right? For this to happen, you gotta develop a form of discipline. And you know, I always tell people when it comes to savings, you just gotta do it and just look the other way. You understand? Act like it doesn't, that money does not exist. Like literally, you have to have a mentality of somebody have to be dying. Literally, somebody have to be dying for you to even try to attempt to access that money. Everything else you can get around. Okay? Because the problem is, people will see they have 20 grand in that account, 40 grand in that account, and now they want to take a trip somewhere. Now they want to go tap into the account. They want to buy a brand new car. Now they want to go tap into that account. You cannot do that with your long-term retirement plan. It's one of those things where it's a do or die situation. Like somebody has to be dying in order for you to go in there and pull the money out to save that person's life. And that person most likely has to be you, your spouse, or your children, or maybe your parents, for example. You understand? Outside of that, that money cannot and should not be touched. And those are really the only true action step that you need. Is number one, you doing it. Take action today, right now. If you're watching this and you're saying to yourself, listen, I don't have any retirement income. What am I doing? I'm 45 years old. I'm 50 years old. I'm 60. I have no retirement account. You don't have an extra day to wait. You don't have an extra day to waste. You have to do it now. And number two, a lot of people have not don't evaluate their expenses. Some of y'all right now are paying for things that you probably don't even need. Some of y'all right now can go a whole, like you, instead of you like getting your haircut every week, maybe try every 2 weeks. You save money that way. Instead of getting your nails done every week, maybe try every 2 weeks. You save money that way. Stop this whole brunch thing. I'm sorry. Like $400 a month on brunch, that's a whole nother. Let me tell you something. You know what $400 a month at a 5 or 6% interest rate would do for you financially, if you're 40 years old right now and you're doing brunch every weekend, you spend $100 each Sunday between the meal, drinks, you know, your mimosas and tip, and you're doing that every Sunday. If you put that money away in a 5 to 6% interest on the account, you guys go do the calculation and see how much you end up having 15, 20 years from now. You'll be amazed. So this is what I mean when I say that, how you doing? This is what I mean when I say that some of y'all are just blowing through, you just running through money, right? It's not you don't have any money, you just directing it at places that it shouldn't be, you know? It's just a bunch of things that, you know, I just ran across a young lady today. She owns a beauty shop, okay? Beautiful young lady. Now, I can tell she's probably doing good for herself. I can tell she's probably doing good for herself, right? And I was trying to have a conversation with her in reference to, because I work with a lot of, you know, beauticians and barbers and stuff like that, right? And I was trying to talk to her about, you know, planning for retirement. So she asked me to, you know, get her number and give her a call, right? Which I will, probably sometime tomorrow on Monday. But she said she was rushing out to get to the Mary J. Blige concert. Now, I did a video a while back in reference to these concerts. Now, here's the deal: if you're doing well in life, I don't have a problem with you going to these concerts and paying hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars if you're doing well in life. But if you're barely making it and you feel the need that you have to go see Mary J. Blige, that's a problem. It's another young lady who, I met. I was like 2 days ago, okay, and I shared with her because I was doing my content. She's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing my insurance video in reference to retirement and things like that, right?" And I said, "Hey, let me share a video with you." And the video was about 60 million women in America that do not have any life insurance, right? She said, "Man, that's me. I don't have any life insurance, right?" So we gave her a call today. You know what she said? Oh, let me get back to you next week because I'm trying to get ready for the Mary J. Blige concert. I have to go pick up my dress. I don't know how much more, you know, like, I think for some people, you can't really save most people. They have to feel it for themselves. You can't really save most people. They just have to feel it for themselves, right? Because just that ticket alone, I'm gonna assume it's at least, and somebody correct me on, let me know. So we in Baltimore. So the Mary J. Blige concert is over here in Baltimore. A good seat has to be at least $300-400 at least, right? Then you throw in garage parking. Then she's also talking about she's gonna go get a dress for the event. She's gonna get drinks, probably get her hair done, nails done, right? We're heading towards almost close to $1,000. That is a life insurance premium for the year. So you don't have any life insurance. I'm sure Mary J. Blige got some life insurance. And you're going to go watch her concert and take your hard-earned money to make a young lady who's well-deserving, by the way. I'm a huge fan of hers, right? To make a already rich person even richer while you're walking around here financially open, wide open for a disaster. It's just a thought I want you guys to consider. It's just a thought. I'm not saying you can't have fun, but what I am saying is you got to evaluate what is more important. as I'm looking right now, I'm seeing, oh yeah, everybody's dressed up. It looks like everybody's getting ready for that concert. Yeah. Everybody's looking Hollywood. So yeah. This is like, listen fam, if you guys can comment on this, let me know if I'm wrong or not for saying this. Let me know if I'm wrong. I just want you guys to start to apply a little bit of thinking, a little bit of common sense to what you guys are doing. I'm not saying don't go support your artists, but at the same time, you should be your number one fan. You should be your number one. You should be supporting yourself first. You should be investing in you first, because when you go and put money out for these concerts, you're actually investing in these people. So you're investing in somebody else, but you're not investing in yourself. Guys, let me know if I'm wrong for feeling this way. I remember it was a young lady I was dating at one point, right? And she wanted to go see a concert one time. It got to a heated argument. Now, she got mad at me because I had the money to do it. At the time, I had a credit card that had at least, my Discover at the time had at least about like a $10,000 limit. But in my mind, I just couldn't justify paying all that money for a concert. And it got into a heated argument. Like, you know, I held my ground. She went. I just didn't pay for it. And I just wasn't gonna go because it just doesn't make sense. And here's the funny thing. This same young lady that we're talking about also don't have any life insurance. And I, at a point, thought that they had some kind of, you know, healthy retirement income because of the kind of position that she had. Then when she left her job, well, when she got laid off from her job, I said, well, you should be okay for at least almost a year, because you've been in that job for at least about 5 years. I'm assuming you've been saving in your 401k or something. She tells me that all she has in there is $25,000. And I'm scratching my head like, hold up, what do you mean? You've been in the job for 5 years. You make $100,000 a year. How much were you saving? $20 every 2 weeks? Like, what's going on here? I don't understand. Like, this is, but you wanted me to pay thousands of dollars though to go see an artist. No, I refuse to. I'm not gonna join your poverty party. You want me to go take my hard-earned money and give it to a rich person and make them richer and stunt my growth? No. The most you will ever catch me pay for a ticket for a concert might be $300, and that's for 2 people, $150 a piece. That's about it. And you guys can sit here and call me cheap all you want to. That's fine. But my brokerage account is healthier than most people. But yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm not out here to judge anybody. I'm not. But these data that's out here is staggering. These data that's out here is scary at best, of the number of people who will be destitute for sure in retirement, or will have to be dependent on their children if their children's able to help mom and dad out. So yeah, I don't want to be a part of that party. I don't want to be a part of that party. And this is what I want to educate you guys about. Why do you feel the need to have to pay thousands of dollars that you don't have? Most of these people are foregoing paying some bills to go to this concert, for sure. I'm 1,000% sure that most of these people are foregoing paying some sort of a bill to make their way to this concert. I'm almost willing to bet if I get in my car and drive down to the concert hall, right? And I sit out there, I'm almost willing to bet that there'll be people that I know that shouldn't be in there coming out of there. I'm willing to bet 100, 200, 500 bucks that if I get in my car and drive up to where the concert is at, and sit out there from the time the concert starts until the time it lets out, that there's gonna be people who I know personally that should not be at that concert. So listen, I hope this message reached the right person well today. This message is not to throw shade on anybody. This message is to inform and educate you and make you make better decisions and wise decisions. That's all. That's all. You can take the message and do with it what you will. At the end of the day, one of my aim and my goal is to reach out and help one person. To reach out and help one person start to look at life differently. Everybody that's watching this can be a millionaire. Even if you're making 50 grand a year, if you start to get disciplined and you invest in your money well and don't touch and let it compound, before you know it, you can be a millionaire. But most of the problem that people have is they're not patient. We live in a microwave era where you want it today. Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, all these people didn't get to where they are in one day. All these people had to put in time to get to where they are, to be able to request and demand from you a $500 or $1,000 per ticket. Beyonce couldn't demand that from you 20 years ago. You weren't fitting to pay that. But now, Mary J. Blige, Beyonce, all these people who's put in time, 20, 30 years. I think Mary J. Blige been out for 1996. That's 30 some years. She's able to now demand this kind of pay from you. It's up to you now if you want to pay it or not. Listen, you need to keep your goals in front of you. Most people don't have goals. I believe if you have your goals in front of you, there's no way you pay the amount of money you're paying for these tickets. Your goals keep you straight. Your goals make you act right. And I just don't believe most people have goals. That's why they do the things that they do. Listen, happy Friday to you. I hope this message reached the right person well. Love you. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And be safe out there.